afternoon and welcome to St. Newsfile. I'm Thomas Robertson. Zoe Lukowicz will have a look at the sports later in the show. What can we expect, Zoe?
Yeah, for sure. We're going to be looking at the Flames. Rory Cairns just made his NHL debut. We'll also be looking at the NFL. It's the first round of playoffs. And the Australian Open is underway.
Sounds like a ton of fun. Izzy Morin is following our weather today. It's a beautiful day outside, Izzy. How long will the warm weather last?
Hey Thomas, it's looking pretty good this week. It's a little bit chilly today and over the weekend, but then we're back to good. The sun is finally out, and we're not going below zero today. Unlike last year, where it was a toe-numbing -27, and that was a tie. We'll see you later on St. Newsfile.
Thanks a lot, Izzy. Now here's a look at today's top stories. SAIT has opened a new facility in Calgary's downtown core. The facility is located in the first 2 floors of the Barclays Centre. St. Newsfile Isaac Sandu has more.
SAIT is welcoming students to its new facility in downtown Calgary. The facility is home to the Taste Market and holds classes for the School of Advanced Digital Technology. Though the state-of-the-art cyber range is still under construction, the second floor holds classrooms and workspaces for students. Sherry Boker, Dean of the SADT program, said that students experience a corporate environment at the facility.
We've arranged their classes to be like a corporate environment. So showing up at 8 and kind of staying till 4 or 5, sometimes 6, gives a student a real life experience of what it would be like to be working downtown in that sort of environment. I think often in school, you might have a class at 8 and then you might go home, or you might hang out with your friends and then you might have another class at 4. This is kind of like you come to work.
Students attending classes at the facility are pleased with the resources available, though some find the location more inconvenient than the main campus.
I'm a fan of this campus, but the process of getting here, it's less convenient than the regular campus at SAIT. You have to park. For me, I drive, but parking here is way too expensive.
To be fair, the train kind of sucks. Parking is expensive, but I do think it is worth it. The campus is really nice, and being down in like the corporate downtown of Calgary gives you a better feeling to like a motivation.
They got these little soundproof booths out here as well. So you close the door and you can't hear nothing. My friend was screaming in there the other day. You could kind of hear him slightly, but they're good, proper.
SAIT is aiming to open their cyber lab for students in the late spring with a formal celebration to mark its launch. With St. Newsfile, I'm Isaac Sandu.
Meanwhile, here on SAIT campus, another new building is well underway. The new Taylor Campus Center is on track and on schedule. Haven Thaber joins us outside SAIT campus. Haven, the project is moving along very well.
Yeah, Thomas, this is a big project and is going to be a while before it's finished. However, SAIT has been making some good progress, and we have some new video of what it will look like.
Try and incorporate everything that SAIT has envisioned. So right now it's coming along very well. We're just wrapping up early works phase, which includes all the groundwork. And then right after that, we'll go into the superstructure.
So it will still be 2 campus centers open, but the project is on schedule. Students and athletes can't wait.
Thanks a lot, Haven. The Calgary City Council is set to have a meeting today to discuss a potential salary change for city cabinet members. That has led to a salary freeze for some city council members. Because of a disagreement about the timeline, most cabinet members have had a salary freeze. The pay raise that was announced at the start of 2025 means that the mayor herself and other cabinet members will be receiving a 3% pay raise. It is still uncertain on when the freeze will be lifted. A new study shows that 57% of Albertans are worried about growing personal debt, which is a 14% increase since last quarter. Because of this, Albertans are becoming less optimistic about paying off debt, with things such as car loans, credit card loans, and rent. But this was not the only increase that has been made, as inflation has continued to grow over the past year, making it harder for Albertans and Canadians to budget, which grows a bigger concern for debt. There will be a public hearing today at the Grassy Mountain coal mining project. The hearing process started back in December in the Pincher Creek area. The purpose of this meeting is because the Alberta Energy Regulator are trying to make a plan to decide if the company behind the project, Northback Holdings, can start their drilling to get the project underway. Today's meeting will be taking place in Calgary, and the panel will have up to 90 days to come back with their decision. Alberta is sending 40 firefighters and equipment to help with the California wildfires. We are supplying 2 wildfire crews, and it is ready to send more staff and water bombers if they are needed. Albertans are also stepping forward to help the pets that are affected by the wildfires. Parachutes for Pets are doing their best to help out by sending food, cleaning supplies to LA, even offering to transport animals out of the LA area to help out evacuees. You can check out the Parachutes for Pets website for more information on how you can help out. A new saddle dome has been talked about for years now, and construction has officially begun on the project, and it will improve things for both sports and music. Say reporter Shauna Lewis has more.
Is underway for Calgary's new Scotia Place Arena, with hopes that the excavation of the building will be done in spring. The project completion date is expected to take around 2 years, with the final product being shown in 2027 before hockey season. Bob Hunter, who is helping to oversee this project, is expecting positive outcome in the next couple years regarding the construction, and as well as the intent to bring musical performances to Calgarians.
The intent and one of sort of the mandates going forward, whereas the Saddle Dome roof structure did not allow certain shows to be played there because of the weight that needs to be hung. And that has been totally corrected, if not double capacity to what it is.
Sports and music fans are excited for this project, one of them being someone who worked on the first Saddle Dome.
I think it's going to be great for the city. I worked on the original Saddle Dome, and I can't believe how long ago that was. It's a neat old building, but it really, even its limitations, especially for big concerts, became apparent pretty quickly, even 40 years ago.
I'm pretty excited. Some good concerts, some good sports venues going to be coming up. Hopefully, yeah, pretty stoked about it.
Calgarians are all excited for this new addition to the city. For St. Newsfile, I'm Shauna Lewis.
Calgarians will have the opportunity to observe great artwork downtown this week. Aspiring artists and painters came together to create astonishing murals. Say reporter Noah Bell has more.
Local and upcoming artists had the amazing opportunity to learn about the skills to design and paint their own murals. A week-long camp was offered by Calgary mural artist Sid the Artist. Sid says she uses her background in graphic design and architectural technologies combined with her talent for painting to teach her students.
This camp was really cool. This is my first time doing a week-long camp, and everyone was able to catch on to the methods and create some really beautiful work, so I'm excited for people to see it.
Artists like Diane Megishi used these methods to create amazing murals. Each artist was given a piece of wall to showcase their creativity. Diane found this was the best part.
So it's been really great to take these strange creatures and characters that I like to draw and enlarging them on a huge scale and bring them into the life of a mural.
This week-long camp, followed by a week-long showcase, is the perfect opportunity for upcoming artists to perfect their craft. It also brings the community together and inspires people to maybe start their own art.
I think it's really important for the community because it brings people together, gets artists out of their studio, and we get to exchange and share ideas.
Sid the Artist thinks the exhibition can push people to start creating their own art.
I know a lot of people were interested in the camp, but because it's the first one, they were nervous to maybe sign up. So I think that it'll draw a lot of people who are artists or hobbyists to actually take it seriously and do something that could propel their career.
The exhibit will continue all week, and Sid will host a final showcase on Sunday. For St. Newsfile, I'm Noah Abel.
The iconic Canada Post stamps have spiked in price. The change came on Monday, where the price changed from $1.15 a stamp to $1.44. The new prices were proposed back in September before the company went on a multi-week strike. Because of the strike, Canada Post has lost some profits, leading to this price increase. This is also the 7th straight year the company has had a non-profitable year, and many wonder when we will see the next increase in mail prices. The city of Calgary is experiencing some unusual January temperatures, but if you remember a year ago, we were in a deep freeze. Say Jack Rosa has more on how Calgarians are taking advantage of the weather.
1 year ago today, the high was minus 27 degrees, but today it's above zero. This unusually warm weather has given residents and visitors to Calgary time to stretch their legs and go outside. People can be seen walking their dogs, riding bikes, taking pictures, or just enjoying the weather. Even those from out of town are enjoying their time in Calgary thanks to the weather.
This date is unbelievable. We're actually from Medicine Hat, and we thought, oh, we never know what the weather's going to be like, but it's beautiful out here. And actually, the wind is a little bit, but if you're dressed for it, it doesn't matter. It's actually, for this time of year, it's beautiful, yeah.
But some residents in Calgary want the weather to go back to normal, cooler temperatures.
Well, it's too bad because it ruins the snow. I kind of like it when it's cold, particularly if you're out skiing or doing something. It's rather refreshing.
The usually cooler temperatures can make some great photo opportunities, especially for those from outside the country that don't get to see snow at all. Isabella Manfred is from Brazil and wants to experience a true Canadian winter.
Oh, it's so different from Brazil. It's really chilly. Sometimes it's frozen. But it's so beautiful, the snow, the cold. Oh yeah, I hope it gets more chilly so I can see the first time snowfall and more snow. Yeah, and I want to try some more cold area, like below zero.
With temperatures expected to drop soon, it looks like Isabella's wish will come true. For State Newsfile, I'm Jack Rosa.
And those are today's top stories. We'll have your full forecast after the break, but first, Izzy Morin will have a look at what's going around Calgary this week.
2 events are happening for Teddy's Health Habits this week at SAIT. On Wednesday, you can paint your feelings, and Thursday has 5 wellness stations to help with mental health. Both are taking place at the Peer Support Center on campus at 10 to 2 p.m. If you have an interest in cooking, Lena's Italian Piazza is hosting a pizza cooking class on January 15th at 7 p.m. You get a chance to learn from one of their best chefs, and you get fed. Win-win. You can dance the night away at Grey Eagle Casino on the 17th of January with the 90s Dance Mix Tour happening. It is an 18-plus event, and it starts at 8 p.m. and goes late. Sum 41 is on their last tour before they disband. They are performing this Thursday and Friday at the Saddle Dome. Tickets range from $79 to $700, depending on seating. As part of the 2025 High Performance Rodeo, the play I Don't Even Miss You is being held at the Big Secret Theater. It's taking place this Wednesday at 7:30 p.m.
Calgary Meals on Wheels aims to solve food insecurity. They deliver affordable, nutritious meals to people regardless of age, ability, or life circumstances. Calgary Meals on Wheels also delivers to 50 schools. With your help, Calgary Meals on Wheels can do so much more. Everyone deserves to be well fed. For more information, go to mealsonwheels.com.
Hell, dude, I'm late for class. Didn't even hold the door.
This is a clear example of what not to do here in Canada. Let me show you the right way.
In Canada, there are many customs and habits that are different from where immigrants originally lived.
Thanks, man. Much appreciated.
You can see, this is the right way to do it in Canada.
The Hong Konger Association of Calgary helps you integrate into Canada. Check out the website for assistance.
Now we're going to be taking a look at weather. We're going to be taking a look at our western and eastern maps first. It's looking pretty nice over in Vancouver and Edmonton, both at 4 with lots of sunshine. Then we're taking a look at Regina and Winnipeg. Both of them need to start their cars much earlier, as even though they have a lot of sun, their weather took a dip with Regina at -11 and Winnipeg at -19. Yikes. Now we're taking a look at the eastern map. It's pretty chilly all over the map, with Toronto and Montreal at -6 and -4. Halifax and St. John's. Halifax is getting some sun, unlike the rest of them, at -1, and St. John's at -2. Now we will be taking a look at our resorts, where I wish I was right now. Palm Springs and Barbados are looking like beach days, with Palm Springs at 23 and Barbados at 29 degrees, with just a few clouds looming over. Cancun and Honolulu both at 28. Perfect for going out, except for some showers in Honolulu. Orlando and Las Vegas have plenty of sunshine, but have moderate weather. Now we'll be taking a look at Calgary today. The temperature is 5 degrees, with a mix of sun and clouds as the conditions. The wind is currently going west 15 kilometers per hour, and what's next, it is partly cloudy. Now we'll be taking a look at our provincial map. It's pretty much a mix of sun and clouds across the map with decent weather. For McMurray, 5 degrees, as well as Grande Prairie. Edmonton sitting at -4, Red Deer at -2, Banff is at -2, which is the worst across the province. Calgary is at 5, Lethbridge is getting more sun than the rest, sitting at 4, and Medicine Hat at 0. Now we'll be taking a look at our 5-day forecast. Tonight it is partly cloudy with a low of 0. Tomorrow it has the same conditions with a high of 9 and a low of -0. Thursday and Friday both have a lot of snow, and Thursday has a high of 5 and a low of -8, while Friday has a high of -8 and a low of -15. Saturday is looking like the worst day this week. Even though it's partly cloudy, the high is only -14 and the low is -19. Next, we will be taking a look at sports with Zoe Lukowich. After this break.
What are you doing?
I'm bored and hungry and I have to work soon.
Why not go to Lunchbox Theater?
Theater? That's too expensive.
It's much cheaper than most.
For 50 years, they've been showing one-act plays made by local writers. And since they're right next to the Calgary Tower in the Vertigo Theater, you can grab a meal from nearby and eat it at the show.
So, what do you think?
Check out the website to see current productions, book tickets, or donate to the arts.
Welcome back to Say Newsfile. Zoe Lukowich joins us now for a look at sports. What can we expect today, Zoe?
Yeah, thanks, Thomas. We'll be looking at some hockey, the Flames and the Trojans. We'll also be looking at the NFL, and we'll be taking a look at the Toronto Raptors.
Can't wait.
Just last night, the Calgary Flames went up against the Blackhawks, beating Chicago 5-2 for their third consecutive victory. Flames forward Rory Cairns made his NHL debut with 2 assists in the first period, setting up the first goal of the game for Peltier. The Blackhawks then tied it up, but with 8 minutes left in the first, Peltier scored another one. Martin Pospisil received a 5-minute major penalty and a game misconduct for boarding halfway through the second period. Blackhawks' Connor Bedard then scored on the power play for Chicago's second goal. Just after that, the Flames managed to get another goal shorthanded, scored by Sharon Govich and assisted by Huberdeau.
It means a lot, you know. We got to win on the road. We got 4 games, now 3. I think for us, if we want to stay in the fight for a playoff spot, we got to win each week, and it started off good tonight for us.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, that line I think was our best line tonight. I think that goes without saying. I thought they were competitive without the puck, but with it, there were some plays that were being made, so it's nice to see all of them kind of get themselves on the score sheet and have a really good night for us.
Jacob Peltier had his first career multi-goal game, scoring 2 goals and 1 assist for the Flames. Michael Backlund scored to give Calgary a 3-1 lead with 5 minutes left in the first period. Defenseman Jake Bean and Igor Sharangovich also scored for Calgary to take the 5-2 win. Goaltender Dustin Wolf made 23 saves, and up next the Flames play the St. Louis Blues tonight. Saturday was the first game of 2025 for the St. Trojans men's hockey team. The Trojans went up against the Red Deer Polytechnic Kings. The Kings scored the first goal of the game during the first period. Then Sate tied it up with just over 2 minutes left in the first and quickly scored another goal to end the period. This was a busy game, with the Trojans having 13 infractions and the Kings having 14. The Trojans had 40 shots on goal, and the Red Deer Kings were just trailing behind with 35 shots on goal. The Trojans ended up beating Red Deer 7-4. The Trojans face off next against the University of Edmonton on Friday. Alberta's Minor Hockey Week is underway in Calgary. There are more than 23,000 participants competing in the tournament. Marco Atem attended the tournament and has the report.
The Alberta Minor Hockey Week tournament has players aged 7 to 18 years of age, representing more than 1,250 teams, and about 1,800 games are being played this week. Hockey Calgary Executive Director Kevin Kabelka said the goal is to provide young people with opportunities to demonstrate their talents and leadership capabilities.
The Minor Hockey Week is a celebration of hockey here in Calgary. Basically, we have all of our teams playing from 7-year-old all the way to 17 years old, and they're playing for the SM Minor Hockey Week Championship and the opportunity to win a championship and host the medal and celebrate as a team.
Alberta Minor Hockey League tournament bring together 23,000 athletes. This tournament run from January 10 to January 19. According to Kobelka, the event also allow children to form friendship, connect with new people in the community, and become good community ambassadors.
Hockey is about developing the future community leaders. Many of these players will go on and have successful careers, some in hockey, and most of them will end up being leaders in our community, being volunteers and working in the city and giving back. I think sport's about fitness, and it's about building long life relationships and developing friends and really giving back and learning about how to be a good community citizen.
13,000 players from over 650 teams participate in 38 arenas during the 45 ESO Minor Hockey Week in Calgary. Reporting for State Newsfile, I am Marco Atem.
The Toronto Raptors are looking towards the future after making a 104-101 comeback last night over the Golden State Warriors. The Raptors ended their 5-game losing streak with their comeback win last night. Towards the end of the fourth quarter, the Raptors were down 95-98 when Chris Boucher made a tying three-pointer just as the shot clock expired. Golden State fired back with another three-pointer to again take the lead, but the Raptors were consistent and secured the close win.
Not even an effort. We're going, we're playing hard, we're practicing hard, and I just feel like we have to, get it together, get a good win for our Spirit. We played a hard game. They moved the ball hard, and we did closeout after closeout. They got offensive rebound, and we kept playing, and we got the win.
Stephen Curry led the Warriors in points, shooting 4 for 10 from 3. Scotty Barnes was a standout player, leading Toronto in points and assists, while also playing for 40 minutes. The LA Rams were expected to have home advantage for the final game of wildcard weekend last night, but the game had to be relocated to State Farm Stadium in Arizona due to the devastating wildfires in LA. Even with the sudden relocation, the Rams beat the Minnesota Vikings 27-9, scoring the last spot in the first round of the NFL playoffs. The Rams charged into a 24-3 lead by halftime. Rams defense took down Vikings quarterback Sam Darnold 9 times, tying a single-game playoff record. The Rams then turned one of those QB takedowns into a pivotal score when Jared Verse picked up a strip sack off Darnold and took it 57 yards for a touchdown. TJ Hawkinson led the team in receiving yards and receptions while also scoring a touchdown. Canadian defensive tackle Neville Gallimore had a great game, getting 1.5 sacks and 5 tackles. The next round of NFL playoffs start next weekend. 2 Canadian tennis players have advanced to round 2 at the Australian Open. Canadians Denis Shapovalov and Gabriel Diallo battled through some challenging first-round matches, advancing to round 2 at the Australian Open. Shapovalov, ranked 56th, defeated Spain's Roberto Bautista Agut in a match that lasted over 3 hours. Next, he faces Lorenzo Musetti of Italy. Diallo, ranked 86th, went up against Italy's Luca Nardi and took the win after a match that lasted over 4 hours. He goes up against Russian competitor Karen Kachanov in the second round. Another Canadian player, Rebecca Marino from Vancouver, unfortunately lost her first round match. The Australian Open continues daily in Melbourne. And that's a look at sports.
Yeah, no, thank you for the report, and that was fantastic. That NFL game this weekend was pretty incredible.
Yeah.
After the break, we'll take a look at how acrobats in Cirque du Soleil prepare for their performances.
You ready? Let's do it.
Very tough not to have to cleanse.
Davis on the flank. Davis on the side. TP coming in. Faker looking to make the flank against Ruler. Owner goes in. Yes. And again, the combos are clean. The hostile takeover.
Feel the excitement in esports together. Learn more about local esports events on esportsalberta.ca.
Kids shouldn't have to worry about where they get their next meal. That's why Brown Bagging for Calgary Kids is so much more than a lunch program. It's a community of volunteers, donors, and friends, taking meaningful action to connect kids through healthy food. With over 600 volunteers who help feed over 6,500 kids every school day, helping students get the food they need to reach their full potential. For more information on how you can get involved, visit brownbaggingforcalgarykids.org.
When most people think of the circus, the high-flying acrobats make every move look effortless. However, what most people don't consider is the amount of training these highly skilled athletes go through to ensure their health and safety. Kaylin Boychuk reports.
When most people think of the circus, they think of the high-flying acrobats.
So now let's look at the 5-day forecast.
However, what most people don't consider is the amount of training these highly skilled athletes go through to ensure their health and safety.
I do cross-train with weights just to help keep everything balanced and keep everything functioning properly, and also keep my level of strength up. The nutrition side of things is obviously important. I do get a lot of people being like, oh, you can eat whatever you want. I'm like, however, if I have McDonald's 3 times a day, I'm not going to perform at a level that I want to be at.
Other than training and nutrition, there is a balance of flexibility and focus that's required.
I think a lot of circus arts demand a high level of flexibility or mobility, and balancing that with stability and strength is so important.
After endless hours of training, there's still more to be learned.
So when you see what goes into the circus on stage, know that those acrobats that make it look effortless have crashed into the mat, or fallen off the tight wire, or dropped the juggling clubs on their face more times than you could even count. And what you see on stage is a result of like many failed attempts and minor corrections to the technique.
From cross-training, food and nutrition, flexibility, and many failed attempts, they will have you at the edge of your seat, holding your breath. For SAIT Newsfile, I am Caitlin Boychuk.
We are almost done here, but first we'll be taking a look at the 5-day forecast with Izzy Morin.
Thank you, Thomas. Tonight it is partly cloudy with a low of 0. Tomorrow is also partly cloudy with a high of 9 and a low of -0. Thursday and Friday, both flurries throughout the day, with a high of 5 and a low of -9 for Thursday, and a high of -9 and a low of -15 for Friday. Saturday it is partly cloudy with a high of -4 and a low of -19.
Now we're going to take one more quick look at the NFL playoff board.
How did you think about the NFL playoffs this weekend?
Honestly, I think it was really interesting. I'm not overly into football, but you know, I do like it. Yeah, how about you?
I watched most of the games. I thought it was pretty enjoyable. There was a few upsets, but I think overall it was a pretty great performance by all teams. And that will be the end of our show. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Thomas Robertson for SAIT Newsfile.
I'm Zoe Lukowicz for SAIT Newsfile.
And I'm Izzy Morin for SAIT Newsfile.
Have a good night.